Facebook. Hi, Facebook. It's Friday. I'm Eddie Stone. This is Alan Newell. We are live, and we're excited to have a chance to talk with you today. We've got dual audiences here, so if you see us looking up, we're taking note of our good friends on Instagram, and if you see us here, we're looking for our folks here on Facebook. But this is great, and this is a real privilege for me today to be with Alan. Alan is VBO, visionary business owner, leader extraordinaire, and so I thought it'd be great to start off a continuation of our live series, but with a little twist here that we're going to introduce throughout the year, where we're going to interview people and to learn a little bit more about them, get to know them, some of their business practices, and why they're so successful. And Alan is close enough that he was able to come up here and join me right here in our facilities in Raleigh. So, Alan, thank you.
Thank you very much. Thanks for having me. I'm excited to be here.
Yeah.
I appreciate the opportunity.
Oh, absolutely. It's a privilege for us. Absolutely a privilege for us. And so part of this, the point of what we're going to do in these series is get to know the leader, right? I think that's beneficial to have an idea of who these folks are from a little bit of a deeper dive than maybe you normally would. I'll talk about them and get them to talk about themselves in ways that they might not otherwise, although I'm not going to pull a Barbara Walters here, so Alan's not going to be crying before this thing is over. Right? For the younger people in the audience, they probably don't even know what that means, but she was a interviewer in the 70s and 80s that would bring people to tears. You can look it up. You got Google for that. And so thank you. And so it's a great way for us to start the new year here, and we hope everybody 2020 is kicking off the way that you want it to. For us corporately, it's just fantastic. It's the best start to January we've ever had in our history. Yes. We're coming up here on our 8-year anniversary, which I can't believe. So super, super exciting. So first, Alan, congratulations on your success. I know that last year was a record year, and your last quarter was a record quarter. I mean, people talk about building a platform to leap off into the new year. You did that. So congratulations on your success.
Well, thank you, Eddie. And I have to say that, it wasn't me, it's the team. We've got an amazing team out there all over the country and all over the world. And they all came together and supported it. And then when you combine it with the things that we have to offer, it's a lot of fun. We had a great time. Yeah.
Well, I think keeping it fun and keeping in mind that it's a team effort is a big part of your success.
Absolutely.
And you do a great job with that. So one of the things I want to do is I know about your background, but I thought I might ask you, just share a little bit of your background there, buddy, on, sort of how you got here.
Sure. Well, many people know me as the restaurant entrepreneur. I was in the restaurant business for the first 21 years. I started working in the restaurant business when I was in college. And I loved it. I loved I loved the excitement. I loved working with people. I love being around people and being able to help people grow and to train people. That was exciting for me. And did that for 21 years. And I absolutely, there was so much about it that I loved. But the biggest thing was the stress factor. Doing that, having restaurants that are open 364 days a year.
It's a lot.
It's a lot. And so, I thought I would do that for my entire life. But realizing that as your children grow older and you're missing sporting events and you're not able to be at home and spend that time with them, and then just, again, the stress factor was just something that made me want to make a change.
Yeah. So that really sort of leads me to where I want to go with this. So you decided, you're an entrepreneur, right? I have to feel like that played a role in sort of what you sought out. But what made you want to do something here where it was more of an individual entrepreneurship and developing a team in that way instead of having employees developing this volunteer army?
That's a great question. And the key to that is just what I was saying is when you love having a team of people, when you enjoy working for people. I love getting up every day and thinking about who I'm working with and the team that I've worked with. And then when you can have that, which we offer here in the direct sales industry, and you take out the stress that's accompanied with, brick and mortar and employees not showing up and what your profit margins are, because here it's all done for you. You own your own business and you're in business for yourself, but not by yourself. You've got the team. I'm able to teach. I'm able to train. I'm able to help people become successful. But you guys handle all the corporate stuff and all that end of it. You know, when I have new customers who place an order and I know that, you know, the company's going to package it and ship it and send it to them and collect the money and do the credit card processing, and I don't have to do nightly books or worry about what my numbers are for the week. But when I go there Friday and just look in my bank, you know, that my commissions are there, and that's what's attracting me to it.
Yeah. Years ago, when I was first introduced to the industry, I mean, definitely the financial opportunity caught my eye.
Yeah.
But it was also this concept of being able to own a business without traditional financial risk and responsibilities. And that phrase kind of just continues to go off in my head. So that's fantastic. So tell me, as you think about this, right, you've had a chance to work with us for a few years. You've developed a business that now has a global reach.
Yep.
And it's very financially rewarding, which we're proud of that. We're proud of what you've been able to accomplish in that regard. What's your vision? You know, where does this continue to go for you? What do you see in front?
Yeah. You know, my goal and my passion is, you know, I'll be 60 years old this year.
Congratulations.
It's a big milestone.
Yeah.
And back in the day, you know, when you were 60 years old, that was old. But now, you know, I've got, you know, 25, 30 more years. And have learned.
Let's hope we're going to say more than that. Right?
You're
using the right product.
I'm at 25, 30 more years to do what we're doing.
Okay. All right.
Okay. Until I decide that it's time to retire and take a vacation and not come back.
Okay.
You know,
Gotcha.
I don't mean I'm not leaving here, but you know, my vision, and you know what I love about Touchstone is what we call our members is visionary business owners. And one of the big reasons that I'm here is because I loved your vision. I love the vision of what Touchstone stood for, what they were about. They weren't a Me Too company. You know, we're first to market in organic, whole food, plant-based nutrition. One of the first to markets was CBD and cannabidol and helping people. And then a company with products and an opportunity that means something to people. And so my vision over the next 20 years is just, you know, I love the vision of the company, but to reach out and be able to continue to help people change their lives and be able to have the kind of life that is so rewarding without the stress. You know, we have so much time freedom. You know, yesterday I got up and I went to the gym and I worked out and then got a call on a man and said, "Hey, Ethan's got a doctor's appointment. Can you take him because I've got this going on?" I went, "Sure." You know, when you go take them to the doctor, and you're able to have that time freedom. And once people, my passion is for people to understand what we have to offer and be able to expand even further globally.
Sure.
You know, we're in 60 countries around the world, and I think over the next, you know, 5 to 6 years, we can double that. And just to continue to reach more families and reach more people and help them change, improve their lives.
Well, you and the team have made a big difference in helping us climb ever closer to that 1 million families goal that we have. I do like what you said there when you started about taking a vacation and not necessarily coming back. I gotta keep that in mind. So, so this is where you see you're going, and some of your why. Is there anything else as a part of that sort of why that, you know, gives you the strength of that grit, right, to push past whatever you must? Because no matter who we are, how much we plan, we've got obstacles that show up, right? And so where's the strength of that why coming from?
You know, of course, I have 5 grandchildren and 1 on the way.
Okay.
Those are big ones.
Yeah, that's big.
And being able to help with them and to be part of their lives, to be at their events, to be going and watching them wrestle and to cheer and to do all these sporting events. But the big thing is that, you know, when you look at what we're doing and the difference that we're making in people's lives, I love the stories. I love to hear the stories about the single mom. You know, nothing touches my heart more than to be able to see someone who truly partners with us and it literally changes their life. Not just for them, but for their family, for their children, for their grandchildren. And those stories are what give me the passion and the drive, because you never know who you're going to be helping. You never know who you're going to meet. And there's so many people out there. And listen, our economy's been absolutely amazing for the last, 12, 14 years. It won't always be that. You know, it ebbs and flows. It's up and down. But the beautiful thing about it is in this industry, we're able to help people when the economy's up, and we'll be able to help them when the economy's down, because we're so consistent and consistently growing. And just what I love that more than anything is the stories of changing people's lives.
Yeah.
being able to help people.
I agree. I had years ago, a mentor said to me, he says, it's going to be nice when you make it to the stage. And I remember thinking to myself, okay, this is nice, right? You work hard, you earn it. He said, but then it gets even better when you're standing in the wings of the stage and you see someone where you played a small part in their success,
Yes.
and they're on the stage, and that's like more fulfilling, like with grandkids.
Absolutely.
And
Absolutely.
so no pressure, Sawyer and Ethan, about the grandkid parts.
No.
So with that, so thank you. All right. So this is where you're going. Thank you for sharing your vision, sort of what drives and motivates you. I'm sitting here, right? So sometimes this can be awkward, but why Touchstone, maybe beyond just sort of the obvious of what you said about helping people? Are there any particular aspects or components that you feel like give you an advantage in the marketplace that you see with us?
Sure. Great question. When we were in the restaurant business, and I was blessed to be part of an amazing group of people, and our passion for, we used to always say, if you chase perfection, you very often capture excellence. And our attention to detail and our commitment to our customers. And it was just a passion that we had. And when we launched Lone Star Steakhouse and took Lone Star public in 1992, it was the most successful IPO in the restaurant business, and it still is today. It was enormously successful. And the reason that it was is because we had a true commitment to perfection. We chased perfection every day, not only with our product, but with our people. And taking care of our people, because we knew that not only were the customers who came in and paid our customers, but our staff and our employees. Yeah. And so, when I first started in direct sales business, I've said how much I love the industry, but finding a company that felt the same way, and I have said to people before, you got to meet, Eddie, because you and your team, not just you, but the team, have a true commitment for excellence. When the statement that you say purity is possible, we're not a Me Too company. No. First to market when it came to, with Lone Star Steakhouse, there was Ruth Chris and there was Western Steer. Some people may not know what Western Steer is, but the younger folks, but there were this and this. And so we were first to market in that true mid-scale steak chain. And so when I got to come down and spend some time with you, I think I was here for a couple of days at a grand opening, and realized that you're first to market in the organic whole food space, first to market with Touchstone, and the comment, visionary business owner. That's what we felt like we were in the restaurant business, and that's what I was looking for, is to partner with somebody that had commitment, that had grit, that cared about their customers as much as they do their members, and was a visionary. And that's what we have here with Touchstone. And it's just, we're just now getting started. Oh, we are indeed. I'll accept that and thank you on behalf of the team. I have to say, as you get to know us, working with the support group, the marketing group, the logistics group, you're going to appreciate that those folks back there who are unsung heroes are attention to detail people, and they push me every step of the way, and I deeply appreciate it. So thank you for saying that. So one of the other things I want to accomplish in these interviews, for those that are watching and can resonate with what you're saying, tell me about your process. And let me be specific about what I'm asking. Okay. So you meet someone in whatever form or fashion, sure, and determine that, hey, this is somebody I want to talk to about what we're doing. You have enough dialogue that you realize there's some interest on their part, sure, right, with perhaps changing their financial circumstances, freeing themselves up from their job, or whatever it happens to be. Right. What are the steps you take with them? What are, say, the first tool, the second tool? How does that sure, flow work in your world? Sure. And that's a great question, because it's so important for people to understand exactly what this business is all about and what we do and what we don't do. Yeah. So many people come to this industry and they want to complicate things. They want to reinvent the wheel. And I'll have to admit, when I first started being a successful restaurant entrepreneur and managing thousands of people all over the country, I thought, well, I'm a great manager. But when you go into an arena where it's a volunteer army, different deal, which is what we are, it's a totally different deal. And so, I think the key is to, when I first meet with somebody, I want to sit down with them and have a strategy session and find out exactly what it is that they want to accomplish in their business. Because it truly is their business. Sure. And I may have goals for them and aspirations, but theirs may be different. And so once we understand that and we understand what their goals and passions are, then we set a system in place. And our system here is so simple because we have so many tools. I always tell people, let the tools do the heavy lifting for you. You know, you don't have to be an expert. You don't have to understand the ins and outs of it because we have all the tools to share. And so once you find out that somebody is interested in wanting to build a business and what their goals are, I find out what their time availability is.
Right.
And then we sit down and we schedule, okay, how, because this is truly a relationship business. It's all about building relationships. It's not about going out and cold calling 5,000 people. It's not about that. It's not about sending emails to everybody you've known since you were 4 or 5 years old.
Right.
It's about getting together with some friends doing what friends do, and sharing that same vision with them. You know, hey, we have a vision. People, and if they're looking for the business opportunity, a vision of people who are looking to earn an extra $1,000 to $2,000 a month on a part-time basis.
Sure.
This business is built on a part-time basis, and I want them to understand that. And so then we put the systems in place that it's invite, share, and connect. You're going to invite them to come take a look at the business opportunity, and we're going to do that. The best way to do it is in a home environment. And see, it's not about having 40 people come to your home. It's about getting 4, 5, 6, 10 people together, you know, maybe having a glass of wine, enjoying it, and just discussing with them our vision and what we see as an opportunity for better health, physically, mentally, spiritually, and then financially opportunity as well. And then it then becomes a sorting process. And once you teach people that, and you just say who's with us and who's not, and then we just rinse and repeat. We do the same thing.
Yeah.
So when you introduce me to somebody, and let's just say that it's Susie, and Susie's interested, we're going to, at your event, and we're going to do the same thing with Susie. We're going to find out what her goals and passions are, what she's looking to achieve, and we're going to lock arms with her and help her every step of the way. See, the key here, and one of the things I think that's allowed us to be so successful is a lot of people in the direct sales industries are recruiters.
Right.
They want to go out and recruit hundreds of people. But those people they become frustrated, they fall off. And here we truly are sponsors. And when you sponsor somebody, you're responsible for helping them achieve their success. If I met with you and said, what are your goals and your dreams? I have a vehicle to carry you there. I'll see you next year. You know, I'd let you down.
Right.
Because you bought into me.
Yeah.
And you bought into and that's first and foremost. People do business with people they like. And when you build that relationship and they're dependent on you to help them achieve what you've told them that this is possible. And I think that's so important.
Well, I appreciate you saying it. And that's what I hoped, right? I think people sometimes think they've got to have this outsized personality,
right,
or they've got to become an expert on a green juice or something like that, which no one they're speaking to wants to be that person.
Right.
And so they confuse the issue and they make it unintentionally about themselves when in fact it's about the tools and the subject matter.
That's right.
I know it's probably dangerous to talk about politics, but we're in a political season. And one of the interesting things I see is these politicians, particularly in Iowa and New Hampshire, where the thing starts, they're actually, you know, you'll see the TV crews and stuff showing them in somebody's home, sitting around a kitchen table with them and their friends. And really it's not unlike that, right? These are kitchen table issues of finance, how you make your money. Are you giving up everything in the world to make that money? You're sacrificing family for money, which I don't think you have to do.
Absolutely not.
It's about health and security, right? These are all the subjects we talk about. I think in that same vein, the reason they go into those living rooms and kitchen tables is that they connect with people.
That's right.
And they're able to see what they're about. So I appreciate you sharing that. Well, Alan, thank you for making this effort to be with us.
Absolutely.
Do you have any sort of attributes about your daily activities or yourself, or anything that you think might be important to draw attention to, sort of as a bit of parting instruction?
You know, the key to this business is you know, it's not about being perfect.
No.
It's about being persistent and consistent, and just having a true passion for what you're talking about with people, and just you know, opening up. And again, it's about, we use the word sharing. A lot of times we say caring and sharing. When you care about people and you care about them, their family, and their future, and you understand truly what Touchstone is about, it's so easy to just share. So I say each day, do something positive to move your business forward. Each day, reach
Daily.
Yeah, every day, add a new person to your contact list. Every day, you don't have to call 40 people today, but if you just reach one new person each day, if you just add somebody to your contacts list in conversation, And that's going to move things forward. And it's also going to help the people that you're talking to realize that I can do that.
Right, I can do one a day.
Yeah, I can
agree.
do one a day. Yeah. So just keep it simple and just do something positive and realize that we are a caring company in the greatest industry in the world, and we're just trying to help people. And it's not for everybody, and we understand that, and don't take that personally. Just continue to do what you do. Yeah.
Perfect.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Thank you, my friend. Thank you for making the effort and sharing for all you do. It's greatly appreciated.
I appreciate it.
Everyone, go out there and make this day, the rest of it, all you can. Enjoy your weekend, and anything we can do to support and help you get your year off to the best start possible, that's what we're here for. Thanks. Bye for now, Instagram. Bye, Facebook.
Thank you.